up our homes with Christmas spirit is Maria. Maria, look at these. You know I love my Christmas lights, but I got to be honest, I've never had Christmas lights like these.
No, but now you can.
I can.
This DIY is so fun. I am a sucker for multicolored lights. They just scream Merry Christmas to me. And so I thought this would be really fun to go big with it and deck out our entire walkway into our house.
They look amazing. They absolutely look amazing. And you're right, you went big. It's either go big or go home. That's what we say here, right?
Yes.
Although we are home right now. So here we go. Now, we've got a couple types of wood. We've got the actual base, the actual light itself, and then some balsa wood as well. But let's start with the shape of the light.
So I did some shopping at the craft supply store, and
Did you?
I did. I spent a lot of time there. So, so what you really are looking for, here are your options. You're looking for a wood sort of oval shape, and a lot of times at the craft supply store, you're going to find this, and you can find a smaller size as well. However, I said I spent a lot of time there, so I went down some different aisles, and I found a football. And
How about that?
The football for me is what I thought was the best shape to create a light, so I just went with that. But you can also create this look, very similar look with these ovals as well.
You sure can. They're a little heavier. They might be trickier to hang up, but
Yes.
but I love how light these little football. I mean, it's football season, so you'll find them. No problem.
Exactly. So you should be able to find them, but yeah, go with something a little bit more lightweight if you can.
And if you were really, I don't know, kind of a go-getter, you could go ahead and cut your own, but that would be a little tricky.
You know what? More power to you.
There you go.
That is in your wheelhouse.
Now, I see you shaking the spray paint there,
Yes.
so obviously we're using spray paint. The colors are iconic. I grew up with Christmas lights with all of these colors. And is there any special paint that we should be looking for?
So just whenever you're shopping for your spray paint, look for something that is appropriate to go on wood. It'll always say it on the spray can, if like the materials that it's supposed to go on. And it's really as simple as that. And you can go through and do the sides and do a couple coats depending on, you know, if you want to see the wood in there or not. And I would do a gloss finish instead of the matte finish. So you do kind of get that light.
Yeah, the gloss finish looks like more like a glass bulb, but also the gloss will probably protect it from the elements if you have it outside too, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, very good. Now we're going to move on to the other piece of wood here, the balsa wood, which really functions as the base of the light.
Yeah, she's cute.
Now look at her. I mean, she's so proud of herself.
I was
you
really
can't
proud.
stand it, can you, Maria? Like, she's just so good.
So here's the thing. When you go to the craft supply store, this is balsa wood, and it's really like almost foamy in terms of like with the texture when you cut it. And you know, use this when you do your little toy airplanes and stuff. So the way I figured out my sizing is when the oval starts to come down, before it gets all the way down, you want to make it actually just to kind of cut off that base. So that's what the lights look like.
You
so
lose the football shape and you gain the light bulb shape by doing this.
You absolutely do. So I wanted to make it really detailed.
Yeah, I love the little ribs, you know, the little screw detail that you have on the base.
So in order to make it really look like lights, it's all about the details. So what I did is I actually took these little stir sticks and I just pop them on, and that creates that cool three-dimensional aspect to it. And then I did just some gold spray paint like I have over here. You can see, and you can see all the way up there. And that gives you really that great base that looks like a light you would see on the tree.
I think it's a detail that really helps to sell it.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Oh my
Absolutely. Now, so you use a little gold spray paint and then you put that guy on. You're a little ahead of me. I'm catching up.
I jumped ahead.
Now,
I'm sorry.
We got to talk about also the fact of you've got a great idea of how to attach them. Oh no, before we get to that, we got to do the little glow.
Either way. So we can do the little, so when you're, see the little detail that makes it look like they're actually shining? That's just a little piece of white, a white foam sheet.
We can't forget that. I think that's...
Yeah, you could use paper if you're doing it indoors, but you just pop that on like that. So the deal is with that is I would actually wait to put that detail on until everything is already up. So that it looks like your light source is sort of coming from the same way. And I just felt like that mattered instead of having it all on the same area of the light. Some are at the top, some are at the bottom, based on where they're at.
You're a detail-oriented person, Maria. We definitely can say that about you. Well done. I think that really helps the look of it for sure.
That sells it that they're lights.
That they're lights. Okay. Now we're going to. You got a clever way to attach these to. Let's say we've got a garland up there, but really almost anything. So what do we have?
So I have these clothespins around from a previous DIY.
Yeah.
So what I recommend doing is just putting some hot glue on there and adding it on. Now, however, this is the step to do it. What I do recommend doing is pre-planning where you're going to put them. So let's say you have your garland up and then you plan out how you want your lights to go based on the colors, the changing colors. put them up, and then as you're putting them up, say, okay, I want this one to face up, I want this one to face down, and you can adjust your clothespin accordingly. So for instance, if you are doing it so it's hanging down, you would want the clothespin more towards the bottom. It gives you just the freedom, instead of doing a lineup of putting them all the same way, then you can change it up a little bit.
You want to plan it out.
Yeah, and then once they're up with the little white detail, and then you're all set to go. It's so cute, I can't even stand it.
You can use them around the door, your outer decor, also in the yard as well.
Anywhere. Yeah, oh, you could put little stakes on them.
Yeah.
Put the little stakes on them like that and have them line up to like the path.
Maybe with a little string in between to make them look like a string of lights. Oh my gosh, we're having too much fun here. Maria, these are great, and they were really kind of easy to do, everybody. You got to check it out. For more information, you know where to go, hallmarkchannel.com, or visit FromScratchWithMaria.com as well. I loved it. This is really cool. Light up my life.